Hi everyone, welcome to our two-step notes. Okay, so we're going to do a lot of different examples of two steps today, but we're going to start with a warm-up. So the first thing our warm-up shows us is an equation, and then it says which one is the variable, what is the constant, and what is the coefficient. Okay, so take a few minutes, try answering those questions, and also what inverse operations are. Once you're done, you can unpause the video and kind of check to make sure that you were right. Okay, hopefully you tried it on your own. Variable is a letter that stands for a number. So our variable here is x. Our constant is -17. Remember, that's a number that stands by itself. If you wrote 10, it's also a constant, but we're really concerned with the -17 or the -17. Our coefficient is 2. Remember, our coefficient is the thing that's in front of our x and it's being multiplied by our x. Okay, inverse operations. Addition, you're going to undo it with subtraction. Multiplication, you're going to undo it with division. Subtraction, you undo with addition. And division, you undo with multiplication. Remember, these are all opposite operations, and you should have remembered this from our one-step unit. Okay, when we used one-step equations, we had to use inverse operations to solve them, and we're still going to be using inverses for two-step. Okay. So a quick reminder, our goal of equations is to get the variable by itself. Okay, but if we have a constant and a coefficient, we're going to have to do more than just one thing to get our variable by itself. So the first thing you want to remember is that we're always going to do our constant first. Get rid of our constant. And our constant is always going to be undone or gotten rid of by adding or subtracting. Whatever our opposite is, we're always using opposite operations. Once we've gotten rid of our constant, we're going to get rid of our coefficient. We do this by multiplying or dividing by it. Okay, so let's see what we mean. So here we have 2x plus -7 equals 12. So the first thing I did here was retype it without my doubles. I like dumping my doubles. It makes it easier for me. Okay, so plus minus is just a plus. So if we have 2x minus 7 equals 12, we want to get rid of our constant first. That's what we just said. So our constant here is the -7. So to get rid of a -7, we're going to add 7 to both sides. When we add 7, -7 and +7 cancel out. And I have 2x on this side, and 12 plus 7 gives us 19. So now we have 2x equals 19. Now we just have a one-step equation, right? It's what we already knew how to do. We have 2x equals 19. To get rid of the 2, we need to undo it. So 2 is being multiplied by x, so we're going to divide by 2 on both sides. When we divide by 2, these 2 cancels out, and we have x is equal to 19 divided by 2 gives us 9.5, or 9.5. Again, just like we did with one-step equations, we can check our answer. So let's look at our check. So we're going to plug in 9.5 in for x. So we'd have 2 parentheses 9.5 plus -7. Okay, so using order of operations, we would multiply first. So 2 times 9.5 is 19. And then we solve this last part, so plus -7. Okay, 19 plus -7 is actually going to give us 12. Which is exactly what we wanted to get, right? Up here, we had our equation equal to 12, and when we found our answer and plugged it in, we got 12 again. So our answer is great. Okay. Let's try our second one. We have -7 plus y divided by 4 is equal to 2. So first thing I did was just rewrite it. Okay, we want to get rid of our constant first. So we have -7 is our constant. It's the number all by itself. Okay, to get rid of it, it's negative, so we're going to add 7 to both sides. When we do that, these 7's cancel out, right, because they're opposites, and we get y divided by 4 is equal to 9. Next, we're going to have to multiply by 4 on both sides to get rid of this division by 4, right? So then we'd have multiply by 4 on both sides. When we do that, this cancels out, and we get y is equal to 36. Again, we can check our answer. So if we go back up, when we plug in 36 for y, we want to make sure that we equal 2, right? If we don't, then we did something wrong. So let's see. Okay, so we have -7, which is the first part of our equation, -7 plus, instead of y, we had 36 over 4. So using order of operations, we're going to divide first. So we'd have -7 plus 36 divided by 4 is 9. -7 plus 9 is 2, which is exactly what we wanted to get. So we did it right. Okay, let's try our third one. Our third one is m divided by -5 plus 3 equals 6. We want to get rid of our constant first, so we're going to get rid of this plus 3 first. So the first thing we're going to do is subtract 3 on both sides because it's the opposite of adding 3. Those cancel out. M over -5 stays the same. 6 minus 3 is 3. Then on both sides, we're going to multiply by -5, right? Because this m is being divided by -5. So to undo it, we're going to multiply. When we do that, these cancel out, and I've got m is equal to -15. Remember, positive times negative is negative. Again, we can check our answer. So if we look up here, we want to put in -15 in for m. So we would have -15 over -5 plus 3. So all we did was take this and plug it in. Order of operations, we're going to do division first. -15 divided by -5 is 3. Plus another 3 gives us 6. And if we look back up here, 6 was exactly what we wanted to get. So we did good. Okay, our last one is definitely the trickiest. We have our fraction coefficient. Okay, but we still want to get rid of our constant first. So if this is our problem, the first thing we're going to do is add 2 to both sides to get rid of this -2. Remember, opposites. So these cancel out. And then we have 2/3 x is equal to 8, because 6 plus 2 is 8. Okay, we need to get rid of this fraction coefficient, so we're going to get rid of this division by 3 first. So we're going to multiply by 3 on both sides. It cancels out that division by 3. Those cancel. We would have 2x equals 24, right, because you still have your numerator up here. Multiply this by 3, you get 24. So then our last step, we're going to divide by 2 on both sides to get rid of that coefficient. So if we divide by 2, our 2's over here are going to cancel, and we have x equals 24 divided by 2 is 12. So again, we're going to check it. We can plug 12 back into this. Okay, so we would have 2/3 times 12 minus 2. Well, 2/3 times 12, you can think of this 12 as like 12 over 1. So 2 times 12 is 24, and 1 times 3 is 3. Remember, when you multiply fractions, you multiply across the numerator and across the denominator. So then you have 24 divided by 3 minus 2. Well, 24 divided by 3 is just 8, minus 2 gives us 6, which is what our problem was originally equal to up here, right? 6. So again, we checked our answer, and it all worked out. Okay, you guys have plenty to try on the back on your own. There's 9 of them. Try them and then get them checked.